Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Fun Tech episode. In this one, we'll be taking a quick look at a dragon aggro priest that I came up with. I call it Dr. Agron because dragon, dragro, dragron. Yeah, totally makes sense. Anyway, let's look at this. I love aggro priests, you know me. In this list, we're going to be running Arcane Anomalies, Northshire Cleric, Twilight Whelps, and Young Priestesses as our 1-drops. So that's 8 1-drops to get early game. Potion of Madness as a way to steal stuff from the opponent to get good trades against Pirate Warrior and some Shaman lists sometimes. Holy Smite is always pretty good with Azure Drake, also a decent way to hit face if you ever need to. We're running Mana Geo Zone 2 as well as Wormist Agent. I was initially considering playing Flame Juggler in the deck and maybe Dirty Rat, but as I tried them more and more, I didn't like them. I also thought about Shadow Word Pain instead of Mana Geode or Wormist Agent, but then it becomes more of a control deck, so I really want to go Zoo Priest, really, and this is kind of the deck list that I ended up with. Injured Blade Master with Cabal Talon Priest on turn 3. This one can be played with Circle of Healing. Circle of Healing works very well with Mana Geodes, works pretty well with Arcane Anomaly as well, so these combination plays give you some degree of control over maybe how the game's gonna go while still playing an aggro deck. And you've got Twilight Guardian, Azure Drake, and Draconic Operative for the top end. I know there's no Blackwing Corruptor, I know there's no Leroy Jenkins, but I really wanted to see how a aggro tempo priest with dragons would work, and this is the list I came up with. So if you guys want to go heavier on the dragons, then by all means, have at it. I mean, you can play Blackwing Technicians, you can play Fairy Dragons on turn 2. You can really go, more dragon-centric aggro. Cut out the Mana Geodes, don't play Circle, don't play Injured, and just go all in with the dragon theme. I personally didn't feel like going that route, but we'll see whether or not it proves to be a mistake. Maybe it turns out that that decision I made is going to be the wrong one. It's definitely possible. Now, keeping Northshire here is only going to be bad in the event that he has turn 1 N'Zoth's First Mate into Coin Southsea deckhand. That is a disaster play. But anything else seems like it should be pretty reasonable. The odds of improving this hand are actually pretty good just from the top of the deck. I don't need to worry about mulliganing. We're skipping turn 2, but this is probably going to be a turn 2 heal or something along those lines. Not play Arcane Anomaly here because there could be patches coming out of any pirate that he plays on turn 1. Never feels good. So N'Zoth's First Mate into Southsea deckhand is a disaster, but everything else is fine. Upgrade Coin Southsea is also a bit of a problem because it brings out patches. Yeah, actually there's a lot of things that could ruin us. Coin War Axe doesn't bother me much. It's a bit weak. It's a bit slow, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. Looks like he's playing this very, very slowly. Alright, I don't think it's going to be a control deck, but you never know, really. It is rank 18, anything goes. Anything goes down here. +1 attack to all your weapons in the deck. N'Zoth's First Mate finally sees... sees the light of day, really. We're gonna draw 2 cards at the end of the day here. Pretty good, I'd say. Circle of Healing. Working out just well. So here, he did have N'Zoth's First Mate. I don't like Hobart Grapple Hammer. I had a few people when, on day 1 when I was playing Gadgetzan and I was, facing a warrior, people said, man, the Grapple Hammer is so broken. It's like, no, this card is probably the worst card in the aggro pirate deck. It's got to be down there. It's not a very good card, I don't think. And for some reason, people think the card is great. I can't say I understand why. See? Potion of Madness, it's gonna deliver. It's gonna deliver on its promise to make us rich. Ah, yeah. This feels good. We have the board against this guy. Very, very good. We can play Draconic Operative next turn, I think. Keep the Azure Drake with Holy Smite to snipe off a Dread Corsair, perhaps, or a Blood Sail Raider. With 3 health on turn 6 is going to be better. And a 5/6 is something very difficult for them to take care of. I mean, they're usually not going to be willing to smash in Arcanite Reapers into minions. It's not what they want to do. They want to be in your face, on your face, everywhere where you don't want them to go. Every possible place of your body they can go in where you don't want them to go, Aggro Warrior will go, or try to. Nailed it! But alright, well, it seems like he's at a loss for what he should be doing. Red Corsair is a possibility. Corcron Leap is fine too. I think we might let it live, frankly. I don't think I mind taking damage from the Pokemon. Maybe it's a bit greedy of me to not care, but I just can't care less. Snap pick Harrison Jones. Snapped. I just snapped it. I don't know why he's running this over Ooze. Maybe he's running both, but definitely not what I anticipated at all. We're trying to set up a counter kill here. I mean, we have so much damage in hand. Where he's at 20 health. Yeah, I mean, he's just about to blow up, really. I don't think I died to anything, right? You have a Drake with Holy Smite. Oh man, doesn't that just feel amazing? Oh, no Shard Cleric into Arcane Anomaly felt good, man. Felt good. This is one of the few decks, I think. Dragon Priest in general is just a deck where you're happy to get on board early, because that's what your curve naturally does. And against Aggro Warrior, it's even better. And something like Injured Blade Master with Circle was like probably a good keep, because again, you only get punished by upgrading to Blood Cell. What's called the 2 on South Sea deckhand, sorry. Upgrade or N'Zoth, first mate, into South Sea deckhand. So it all really came down to South Sea deckhand. If he had Fiery War Axe, it wasn't too big a deal. If he had just a pirate with patches, not a big deal. So everything there felt pretty damn sweet. Well done. Alright, cool. That worked out. Dr. Aggron. Doctor is in. I don't know how this deck is working at all. You won't see me complain. You will not see me complain. Nope, not one bit. Not even one bit. Alright, Druid. This is gonna require that we zoo the hell out of him. And I mean, zoo the hell out of him. We're on the coin, so we have a hand, a very good hand, in fact. I would argue. I like the Warmest Agent. I mean, we have. Oh god, that is bad. Young Priestess coin Arcane. I mean, Arcane Anomaly coin Young Priestess is pretty good. That is not good. Whatever this guy is trying to do is not good. That right there is not something I'm happy about. Mark of the Wild is okay. Because Mark of the Wild and then he trades it into the 2-1. And then it spawns a 2-1 Whelp, and I steal the egg and kill the 2-1 Whelp. But I have no idea what's going on right now. Like, not a clue. Not a single clue. That was a very good draw. Found the dragon we were looking for when we mulliganed away the first circle of healing. So, it was a pretty good, pretty fortune find. Fascinating. How, pray tell, should I play this? I don't think ignoring the board is the play I want to be making here, so...
I am intrigued.
I think it's reasonable to play it, somewhat slow, but at the same time, fast enough that we're pretty far ahead on board. He needs Swipe to kill this, or Wrath to kill this. Could have the God Innervate play, but I doubt it. Yeah, his deck is very much a hyper aggro deck, I think. Not something you see a lot of, by the way. These types of decks tend to not see much play. So we'll go ahead and heal everything back up to full. We have a 4-7, a 2-4, and a 2-5. And now we have Draconic Operative. We're holding a dragon, so it's going to be active. How often do you care about Draconic Operative being active in this deck? Not as often as anything. This isn't a deck where having this guy be enabled is really that impactful. Oh, a Mark of the Lotus deck with a new 1-cost card. He had Mark of the Wild! He had Mark of the Wild! I could have stolen his egg earlier if he had opted to make that play. punch face, I don't think there's any reason to start trading the 2-2s. I mean, surely he's running some kind of, you know, token buffs, but I can't really stop them from working out anyway, right? Like, they're gonna happen regardless of what I do. Whew. That's a punch in the face if I've ever seen one. Rest in pepperones. Ah, you could still pick up Argus, right? Would that stall enough? Would Argus stall enough here? No, it did not stall enough. Even if he had it, I don't think it stalled enough. We could double punch and then go 2-4 and he's almost dead. Win streak! Let's try again with Dr. Aggron. Let's see what Dr. Aggron says. What does Dr. Aggron have to say about this metagame, ladies and gents? Dr. Aggron is in. We're probably getting really lucky with our draws and with the matchups. I mean, these decks, like both the decks we faced were on the jank side. Like, the moment we beat something like a Reno deck is when we know we're good, right? When we beat a Reno deck, we know we're good, but we're not going to beat a Reno deck. There we go. The test. The test. This is how you know if your deck has what it takes to stay viable, or to be viable, or to just be, really. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is where we fail miserably. This is the point where everything goes wrong. Well, Mistress of Mixtures would have me coin out Mana Geode. Anything else, like he's playing Young Priestess alone. That's probably true, right? Ooh.
An excellent kill.
The coin can be used with Arcane Anomaly, right? That's something to consider. Is like, unless he's got Coil in hand right now. No! What the fuck? Why'd you keep that against Priest? Fuck my life. Alright. So he can't Hellfire yet. Demon Wrath is not an option. Shadow Bolt is the closest thing to a play as he's got. Shadow Bolt is the closest thing to a play as he's got. Anything like Imp Gang Boss, I think I'm happy to smash my stuff into.
We fight against the darkness.
So Hellfire is an issue. So we'll simply buff the Mana Geode with the Recall. I don't think Mana Geode's a very good card, by the way. You know, the more I play with it, the less and less I like it. But for this deck, I felt like it's probably the only shell in which I could see it have any, you know, degree of merit. I don't think the card is good, but it's at its best here-ish. Fascinating play.
We must retreat. That's it. We got this.
He can't Hellfire Potion yet, so I'm trying to figure out exactly what's going on here.
It is destined.
I could have Circle of Healing again for this, but I don't think it's worth very much. Zalkus could be an issue, because turn 5, usually he can use the 4 damage potion to clear off most things. Oh, looks like Bane of Doom. Well, that's a pain in the ass.
Our path is clear. We fight against the darkness.
I'm looking for Mind Blast at this point. I don't think I win the board centric game is what I'm getting at. Like, I don't think I can realistically win it. It's gonna come down to Mind Blast and Draconic Operatives. I mean, Shadow Flame, Hellfire Potion. Really, he got Dragon. Oh, looks like we're about to get
There is no time to waste.
Demon Wrathed. Sure. Could be Shadow Bolt on the Mana Geode. He can play Sun Fury Protector. Sun Fury Protector would be pretty good. No target for Potion of Madness, unfortunately for us. think we're gonna keep Mind Blast with Azure Drake, so we'll look for power overwhelming, I guess, at this point. Abyssal Enforcer can be really powerful. It can be quite powerful. I don't think it's gonna be very useful in this matchup, as I'm obviously getting completely fucked by variants. I mean, Siphon Soul and the Kind Operative, Trade. I'm left with nothing to do. And Argus is the definition of cancer when you Bane of Doom at your axis, for sure. Let's pretend like we have a chance. Maybe we do, right? Maybe we do. Maybe we have like some random awesome issue. So Potion of Madness finds a target.
Retreat is not the
That's a tough one for me. I think this is still very much the play. This is still very much the play. Again, drawing cards to find Mind Blast. That's the only way I win this. If I can get a bursty Mind Blast turn. He's tapping and renoing. I see. That was a pretty early Reno play. I don't like it. I mean, it's gonna win the game anyway, right? So it doesn't really matter that I like it or don't like it. It's still gonna be the same. Or at least in general, right? We haven't even seen, this board is very weak to Shadow Flame. I don't think playing any more into it is going to be reasonable. We've already seen Demon Wrath, so Hellfire is the other AoE we haven't seen yet. So we'll play into Shadow Flame. We can't really beat it anyway. We can't beat Twisting Nether. So I'm keeping my big voice for after the Shadow Flame and Twisting Nether play with the most. There's a Sun Fury Protector left, potentially. We have another Mind Blast left. So we could go turn 10, Mind Blast, Holy Smite for 15 damage. So if we can get him to 15 somehow with Abyssal Enforcer, wow, that's for sure. I don't play Shadow or Death, but this is really bad. I mean, I don't think I have to tell you how bad this is. This is really, really bad. The reason I'm making that play is that it might actually matter, because otherwise I think he uses Twilight Drake to kill the Geode, and still the 2-3 next turn might just die to a spell, like a Hellfire. Oh, how do I get him to life tap so easily that I can kill him with Mind Blast? I don't think that ever really happens, though. Oh, we could get a good Abyssal Enforcer for push here. I mean, if this lives... If we just get him to flood the board and play Abyssal Enforcer on it, I like it. It's all about this guy living, right? I think it does live. I mean, what 3 damage usually effect does he have? Pretty creative play. I must admit, I did not anticipate to see Cult Master here. Let alone with Void Terror. That's pretty awesome. Again, trying to get him to 15 here. He's like 1 or 2 life taps away from potentially getting bursted down. And I say potentially. There is still a Sun Fury Protector in the deck. There is probably still something like a Senjin Sunwalker. We haven't really seen what else it runs, but if you play Bog Creeper, my man, you've got to be running some of that. Oh, Mind Blast off the top is a win. Mind Blast off the top is a win. Mind Blast off the top is a win. We have 2 draws. Mind Blast off the top is a victory. Sun Fury makes that not true. Alright. No Holy Nova in the deck, unfortunately. That is not the Mind Blast I was looking for. I still think we have to go all in on it. That is not it! How much can I play around this? 12, 13, 14...
Slay that hero.
With 14 on board, I'm not feeling it, man. I'm just not. I feel like I'm just dead for reality, right? This might be slightly safer, albeit not too much. Alright, so we need to hit him for... We have 10. We have 10 damage. If he doesn't play any more damaging tools or self-healing tools, he's got Refreshment Vendor left, and maybe Mistress of Mixtures, which we can't unfortunately use. Looks like we're dead to or Twisting Nether, which is also a pretty good way to do so. Twisting Nether is very, very reasonable. You have it, I think. Assuming there's no Leroy in hand at the moment. Yeah, Nether. It's a decent play. I mean, it's not amazing, but it works. Oh, man, one draw away. One draw away. Alright, so how do we win this, realistically? I have no Leroy. I have Cabal Talon Priest left, I think, and maybe one Young Priestess. I don't know. I don't see how... He doesn't life tap anymore, right? He's keeping himself very safe. Yeah, I don't think I can win here. This looks like... This looks overall pretty, yeah, pretty over. All right, one off lethal. Oh man, so close! One draw away from the win against Reno Lock. We did go through a ton of his health, right? We did go through a ton of his health. Oh, the kind of operative is no help to us right now. You're a lucky bastard, man. 2 more life taps and you were done for. GG. That was a good game, surprisingly. We did a pretty good job, given the matchup. I did not anticipate this would go anywhere close to this. I thought after Reno, we're never getting this guy back down to any amount of health we'd be happy at. So maybe another Holy Smite would be an Ordinance, or, maybe start Arcane Anomaly, Leroy, and another Holy Smite. Yeah, playing more Holy Smites and less Arcane Anomalies seems kind of it seems kind of special. I don't like the idea of cutting Holy Smite and then trying to play Arcane Anomalies. And if I cut them out, then I just don't want Holy Smite, so why would I add more? Ooh.
MVP.
Pretty good hand. I don't think you keep Draconic Operative, even though it's a dragon that enables the second whelp. Although, I'm sure there's an argument for it, right? There's got to be an argument in favor of it. Every friend that I have on my list is playing, like, aggro decks on the ladder, and they keep coming back like, hey, where are you doing it? Rank 17. I'm like, I'm not playing those decks. And it's alright, like, if you want to climb, but don't play bad decks. Like, don't play Tempo Dragon Priest. Or Aggro Dragon Priest, sorry. Murloc Priest, it seems.